Hey there, everybody. I tried fixing the hair, but sometimes it's unmanageable. But the plants are still manageable. The hair might be a mess, but my hands smell amazing. In here are all of the spent flowers, desiccated seed pods. You can see the little black specks in there, which are the seeds I will be separating in just a little bit. But my hands smell amazing because these are the seeds from our Russian sage plants, some of which are right in front of us here. And these are pretty easy to collect. Let me just move this milkweed out of the way. I am not always a gentle person, so my preferred way is to just come like this, and we'll see if I see some little seeds. And so we'll put those in our little container, and we'll keep pulling. It would be kind of cool if all of our seeds were that easy to collect, I guess. Not everything is. Sometimes with a lot of our annual vegetables, I can take the guts and just kind of spread them into some potting substrate or some soil, or leave them to rot under a section of mulch. And we'll just get volunteers that are landrace varieties to our site just after that. Others I am either less sure about because they're kind of new as far as my experience growing them is concerned. Really hoping for rain today. So let me turn the camera back around. I'll show you one that I'm not 100% sure on. If you've got feedback, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, I'll go check out some of my books and maybe do a follow-up when these seeds are ripe. But let me turn the camera around. So here we have the forming unripe seed pods of black cohosh. English is hard. Acteo racemosa, I think. I'll put the Latin up. But so this is one of a few different perennials that sometimes pops up in this bed. This is the first time that it's gone to flower, and I've really just appreciated the delicate nature of these flowers when they were in full bloom and all of the bees were working it and all of the insects were working it. It was just a cacophony of buzzing, and it was a wonder to behold. But now our sights are being set on how to make more plants. It's just that part of the season where you'll see a lot of energy being spent and directed away from some of the foliage towards the developing seed pods. It's a very energy intensive process that they have. This one might be a little bit harder to spot, but you can trace this one green stem up to a similar set of seed pods forming. And so this one, I'm not entirely sure how to tell. I haven't looked at anything prior to this because I want to be genuine about asking for feedback. So if you have played with this plant before and grown some of it yourself, or know a little bit more, please share. I would appreciate that. There's another plant that we're coming up to now, and this is the one that was the thumbnail for the video. Some of you may recognize it just from that shot. It's a wonderful little plant, often overlooked by regenerative growers and permies and all sorts of folks who are looking for, I guess, very human-centric nitrogen fixers. But this is my favorite plant in the world. So let me turn the camera around and show you all the beauty. So right here is some New Jersey tea. We've talked about it before. It's on my arm. And right in here are some little seed pods. And what's neat about these is that my camera won't focus on them. Oh yeah, maybe. There we go. And so it'll form a couple of little seeds on each of these little stemlets. And then there's a bladder inside the plant tissue that will build up pressure, and then each of those little seeds will just shoot off in a random direction at a time of their choosing. And believe it or not, that can make it a little bit challenging to effectively collect seed for them. And so what I've gone and done is reached out to a friend of mine. She has a ton of different fabrics in her house, and she has lamented in the past about not having any kind of outlet for the tool that she has, and that's Tulle tool, the diaphanous fabric often used and seen in like little ballerina tutus and things like that. Veils. When she gets home and I get some, we'll do the second chunk of this video, and I will show you what I'm talking about. The edit will make it look really seamless. All right, we're back. I bet you guys didn't even feel the time fly. So we have our tool. You can see just how thin and porous it is. There you go. Yeah. So this is what I am going to be placing around this set of seeds as they're growing. Now, I will freely admit that I am a little bit early on this. Generally, you'd want to be able to collect these seeds once the stem starts turning brown and kind of blackish. And this is definitely a little bit early. But my family is the next town over for their annual trip to Maine. And so on the off chance that these progress quickly and I have less time than usual to keep my eye on them, we're going to do this ahead of schedule so that we don't have to worry about it. And I can just come back once I have the time and bandwidth to deal with this. And I will not judge anyone for deciding to hold off on doing this or for deciding to do this way ahead of schedule. It's really up to you and what your life requires as far as your time and attention. So don't feel bad if you have to hold off or it doesn't happen for you, or if you're like way crazy early. That's totally fine. I realized that I need a stand or something, and I don't feel like getting it. So what we're going to do is the seeds of Ceanothus americanus redroot, the New Jersey tea, are about 1/3 of a centimeter, if my memory serves me correctly. And so while they ought to be caught by this mesh, what I'm going to do is fold it over twice so that we have a slightly more capturing type of interlacing overweave. There is less chance that the seeds will shoot out through the gaps. So we have that, and we have a little bit of the string that came on the last set of hay we brought in to the farm, and I'm going to tie this off and show you what it looks like. So here you have it. This is a little bit spaced out from the tip, and it is just kind of a tuck under and under again. So it's a very, very simple twist on this string. I don't want it to go too crazy. I don't want to make it so tight that it chokes the stem or impacts it in any way. The mesh should help to keep the seeds in while still being so breathable that the seeds won't get moldy in there or hold too much moisture. And yes, I did have a ton of extra string, but I have a number of these to do. And so rather than take apart huge lengths, I'll just snip this and use this bit for the next one. And so this is what we'll be doing for the remainder of a little bit of time, and hopefully I will be able to get a whole bunch of seed out of this. And yeah, the current price for an ounce of New Jersey tea seeds from the bulk dealer that I have ordered from in the past, and that is an ounce, is about $100. So if I can just get a few dozen seeds off of this and the other plants, I don't expect an ounce, but I do expect that this is far more economical, having traded some sage seeds for the tool, for me to be able to grow more plants. And yes, you can take root divisions in the fall when it is dormant. You can do it with cuttings, although I have had mixed successes with that, and it seems most successful when you use a whole bunch of the rooting hormone that I don't like to use because of its obvious adverse health effects. So this is our current plan, and in the fall I may come in and divvy this up. We have a few others that are around this size that might like a little bit more foot room, and I would like a few dozen more of these. So we will keep track of this. But yeah, I hope that this gives you an idea of how easily you can set yourself up to catch seeds from those plants that are a little bit trickier to collect from. So yeah. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're subscribed, thanks. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It would really help the channel out. Until next time, thanks for watching. Happy planting.